Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learning Electronics. From this lecture, we are going to start a new chapter, that is root locus method. In the previous classes, we have studied the stability of control system. So if you want to see those videos, you can check them in the channel playlist. So before starting this lecture, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get more updated videos from here. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss the concept of root locus along with a solved example. In the previous chapter, we have studied that the stability of any control system depends on location of roots of characteristic equation or location of closed loop poles, because the roots of characteristic equation are also called as closed loop poles of transfer function. So the stability of control system depends on the closed loop poles of the transfer function. If some parameters of the system are varied, then these closed loop poles moves in S-plane, because this closed loop poles also varies if some parameters of the system are varied. So such movement of poles in S-planes is known as root locus. This root locus method was introduced by W.R. Evans in 1948. Next is definition of root locus. Root locus method is graphical representation in which movement of closed loop poles is sketched in S-plane when particular parameter of system is varied from 0 to infinity. So root locus method is a graphical representation in which the movement of closed loop poles is sketched when a parameter of the system is varied from 0 to infinity. For root locus method, the gain is assumed to be parameter which is to be varied from 0 to infinity. System has so many parameters, so any parameter can vary, but in root locus method we only consider gain as a parameter which is varied from 0 to infinity. So the root locus is drawn with respect to variation of gain parameter. This root locus method is very helpful in designing of control system. Next is basic concept of root locus method. This is the block diagram representation of a control system. In this, the gain k is a variable parameter and is a part of forward path of closed loop system. The forward path transfer function gs will be equal to k into g dash of s. So the forward path gain depends on this variable gain k. Now let us determine the characteristic equation. The characteristic equation for this system will be 1 plus k into g dash s into hs is equal to 0. So from this equation we can conclude that the roots of this characteristic equation is dependent on the value of k. That means the closed loop poles of this control system depends on the value of k. So if the k is varied from minus infinity to plus infinity, then each separate value of k will give separate set of location of roots of characteristic equation. And if all such locations are joined together, then the resulting locus is called as root locus. Next is types of root locus. There are two types of root locus. First one is direct root locus. If k is varied from 0 to infinity, the plot is called as direct root locus. And second one is indirect root locus. If k is varied from minus infinity to 0, then the plot is called as indirect root locus. Usually direct root locus is used unless mentioned. So in this chapter we only study direct root locus. Now let us understand this root locus method with the help of an example. Consider a unity feedback system with forward path transfer function gs is equal to k by s. Obtain the root locus. That means we have to draw the root locus for the system given with forward path transfer function k by s. So first for this we will find out the characteristic equation. The characteristic equation is given by the formula 1 plus g of s into h of s is equal to 0. Since it is a unity feedback control system, the feedback path transfer function hs will be equal to 1. When we put h is equal to 1 in this equation, we will get 1 plus g of s is equal to 0. Now we will put the value of gs here. We will get 1 plus k by s is equal to 0, and from this equation we will get s plus k is equal to 0. So from here we will get s is equal to minus k. So this is the root of characteristic equation. So what is the meaning of this? The roots of the equation or the poles of the transfer function will be located at s is equal to minus k. Now to draw the root locus, let us make one observation table. Here we will keep all the values of k, and here we will find out s is equal to minus k. First we will keep k is equal to 0, we will get s is equal to 0, and when we put k is equal to 1, we will get s is equal to minus 1. When we will put k is equal to 10, we will get s is equal to minus 10, and when we will put k is equal to 20, we will get s is equal to minus 20. Similarly, when we will put k is equal to plus infinity, we will get s is equal to minus infinity. That means when k ranges from 0 to plus infinity, s will range from 0 to minus infinity. Okay, so based on this observation table, we will make the root locus. Take k is equal to 0. At k is equal to 0, s is equal to 0 we are getting, and at k is equal to 1 we will get s is equal to minus 1, and at k is equal to 10 we will get s is equal to minus 10, and at k is equal to 20 we will get s is equal to minus 20, and at k is equal to plus infinity we will get s is equal to minus infinity. So when we join all the points, we will get the desired root locus. So in this way we will join all the points, then we are getting root locus. That means the root locus of the given system is the negative real axis. So the whole negative real axis is our root locus. So hope you have understood the topic. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe my channel for more updates.